Okay, fine. Number 31. Implementation of treaties relating to matters on this list. We don't know who implements.
I don't know what they're saying.
We don't even have an idea. 32. Incorporation, regulation, and winding up of bodies, corporates, other than cooperative societies, local government councils, and bodies, corporates established directly by any law enacted by a House of Assembly. I think if you want to form a business, you have to go and...
Yeah, that's what
that's what it is. You have to take permission. You take permission in Abuja to do business in Oji or whatever. That is sad. Number 33, insurance. Number 34, labor, including trade unions, industrial relations, conditions, safety and welfare of labor, industrial disputes, prescribing a national minimum wage for the federation or any part thereof, and industrial arbitration. Minimum wage is still like 18,000 naira, while a bag of rice is, I heard, is approaching 30-something thousand now.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Salary cannot buy rice. So.
I don't know.
Period.
Your salary cannot feed you in a day.
You can't buy rice.
You can get salary in a hotel room. That's the only business they have for our people.
Oh my God! It's no wonder they are building hotels everywhere in Owerri. Everywhere in Owerri. That's what is thriving. A friend of mine went home at say Enugu. He said they were the small little girls in room, one by one. All of them will be coming in. What they do now is that they buy one room and share it. So like 3 men or 4 men will get one room, and girls will be coming into it. Wow. What are you doing, people? What are you doing?
And the men that are doing this, their kids are abroad. Their kids are here in this country.
Don't worry, their kids are into prostitution here too. Yeah.
That's why their kids that are here.
When they send their friends to come and visit, their friends are sleeping with their kids.
Yes, their friends are here sleeping with their kids. Their so-called uncles that they say, look after our child for us. They are sleeping. Come on. What you sow is what you reap. You sow it in Nigeria, your children will reap it in America. Yes, it will come back to you.
Hey,
one by one, you get it back. The boys are taking Igbo and cocaine. All the money they stole from us, they give to their children. There's one that they just removed from the school here because he couldn't make 2.5 GPA.
Wow, 2.5.
Yes, he couldn't. The school had to.
That's America, D and C combined.
We tried to make you to his GPA was whether 1.5. They had to remove him.
Yeah.
They had to take him back to Nigeria.
Yeah, it's D and C combined.
The average Nigerian kid now 2-3 point minimum 3 point and Mekuru 3.5.
Even 4.0. Because the environment will make it calling for you to your brain to open. To get trained and all that. So because of the causes following these men stealing our money, their children, the girls are going into prostitution, the boys
are sniffing.
They're sniffing. So they just run around. What you sow is what you reap. You're killing my people, taking all the money that you used to make life meaningful for them. Their children are dying in Mediterranean Sea. Widows cannot raise their children because it's so terrible. And you use the money to send your children abroad. Guess what? The devil is waiting for you there. Lucifer is there waiting.
Amen, sister. So I think we read up to 35, right? Should we allow people to come in and comment, or
shouldn't we finish it? I want to pick it up next week.
Yeah, let's just finish.
Okay. But we have other stuff. We have stuff lined up. Let's finish.
Yeah, what are we commenting? They are reading the things. Once to listen, it's not time to talk. That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Keep quiet and listen. Listen and hear what is holding you. What are you commenting? Listen.
Now, number 35, legal proceedings between governments of states or between the government of the federation and government of any state or any other authority. In short, they don't even know what's in their rights here. Doesn't make sense. So let me run through them. Now, number 36, maritime shipping and navigation, including shipping and navigation on tidal waters, shipping and navigation on the river Niger and its affluents or any such other inland waterway as may be designated by the National Assembly to be an international waterway or to be an interstate waterway. Number C, lighthouse, lightships, beacons, and other provisions of the safety of shipping and navigation. Number D, such ports as may be declared by the National Assembly to be federal ports, including the Constitution and powers of the port authorities for federal ports. Yeah, let's wait into that one. That carries load.
Yeah, they closed our ports.
They did.
We travel a lot. We bring in goods and everything. We bring them in the southern part. But they closed our ports. They went up in the north and opened dry ports.
In Kaduna, dry ports. Meanwhile, there's a seaport that we have the Warri seaport, we have the Calabar seaport, we have the we have the one in Port Harcourt. There is no seaport open, and they have a dry port in Kaduna, and then allow Lagos to be so congested. Does it make sense?
No.
And we're one country.
We don't have the right to own ports and to run our own port authorities. Even that is in Lagos, it's Hausa man that have to run it.
They have to run it.
So what are you we have been enslaved in our own land. Our potentials have been tied, trapped, and caged because we are slaves. Guys, we are slaves. Lagos cannot maintain their seaport themselves. All the money coming the day is the Hausa man that didn't go to school. Someone was telling me that whether the leader there went to secondary school. Is the one that has to lead these things.
Why secondary school, when JAM, they would accept seven whatever kind of scores. Oh.
Go ahead.
Anyway, 37, meteorology. That one, I don't even know how it concerns us.
I don't know. Maybe that's what makes them that if Nigeria, if they tell you that rain, for weather forecast, do not follow it. If they tell you that tomorrow, that the sun shine, you better carry umbrella. Because rain, the type of rain that will beat you, you will never believe it. So I don't know whether it's part of what I don't. I dare go ahead.
Let's copy and paste. Military, Army, Navy, and Air Force, including any other branch of the armed forces of the Federation. You see?
Yeah, that's why they kill us.
That's why they kill us. In their army, the officers, the security officers, are all from Hausa Fulanis.
The Fulanis.
The Fulanis. Let's all people stop calling us because Hausa don't even have
the Fulanis. The Fulanis. Hausa have been captured now.
Have been captured a long time ago. So we don't understand. Okay, mines and minerals, including oil fields, oil mining, geological surveys, and natural gas.
Yeah, all the
natural gas and covered up their gold and minings. And other minerals.
That's why the God-given assets and natural resources in Niger Delta have been seized by northerners. They are the ones that own it. They say they have it, turning the youths of that land into jobless criminals, roaming the streets and doing nothing. Husbands that ought to be gainfully employed are jobless. They can't take care of their family. They've been reduced to worthless drunkards. Because we have northerners in charge of our affairs, in charge of our destiny. How long are we continuing like this? Meanwhile, the gold, tin, iron, columbite in the north are being mined by northern elites. And their emirs, no wonder they can marry 7 wives. My own people, even at 40, cannot marry one. You tell me we have to stay in that country? Who is making it possible? The 1999 Constitution. That is what is empowering them, people. Niger Delta Avengers, you are fighting for your land, fighting for resources. But you can't get them back except you pull down the 1999 Constitution. The elders of the land.
Yeah, if someone from Jigawa could say that he owns the oil in Bayelsa, so what are we talking about? Meanwhile, the owners of Bayelsa cannot even, there are no good roads, nothing. Their waterways is being rude. They can't even fish, which is one of their professions over there. They can't fish. And you are telling me that you own the oil in Bayelsa, you are from Jigawa, and Jigawa does not produce anything.
You have seen, because 1999 has taken all the resources, the oil wells, to be theirs.
So
they share it among themselves. So he knows what he's saying.
And the most they can do is just oil bunkering. The most that the people living there can do is just oil bunkering.
And you see what they're doing.
And it's dangerous.
because they know this 99 constitution is in place. That's why all they do is bring the who leads Nigeria. That's why that power, they must hold on to the power. Because once you hold that power, you can use the constitution to do everything and decide anything you want to decide. So Nigerian president is the most powerful president in the world. Who made it possible? What made it possible? The 1999 constitution. That is what has captured the people and all the resources of the people.
Wow. Let's continue. Number 41, nuclear energy. We don't know where that one was. Passports and visa, of course, is them. Patents, trademarks, trade or business names, including designs and merchandise mask. Do you want to say anything about that? No.
Yeah, just go on.
Pensions, gratuities, and other. That's number 44. And other like benefit payable out of the Consolidated Revenue Fund or any other public funds of the Federation. Our people are not getting their pensions. They are not being paid. That's sad. Number 45, police and other government security services established by law. You see, the police is part of the exclusive list.
Yes, and usually, the police is for you to have effective policing. It has to be neighborhood.
Neighborhood watch. What neighborhood?
Yes. How do you have Hausa man police Nowa, my village, where
how can they communicate
the language? Do you understand? So for you to have effective policing, you have to get people from that locality. Now, what the police does is to kill my people. Like they see anybody that is walking around, they kill you. Because he must resemble IPOB. Yes.
I know, right?
Yeah. You are doing whatever they kill you.
They kill you.
They don't know, they can't even understand your language. So they're the ones in charge. And that's so wrong from beginning.
It's so wrong.
The state, that's why in Plateau State, when people run and say, we got message that these people are coming to kill us, nobody will help them because order has to come from Oga and top, from the federal government, before anything can happen. In Lagos, in any way, crime everywhere, because you're not going to get effective policing. You can't have it. What is making it possible for you not to have effective policing? 1999 Constitution.
That's
true. The police people are not even paid well. So when you don't pay the policemen well, they will be into crimes. They'll be giving guns and ammunition to criminals to steal. For them, break into banks and share with them. Have you seen my people? You cannot run Nigeria as it is. Because you can't use that 1999 to do anything in that country.
That's true. Now, post and telegraphs and telephones. I mean, they have to tell you where post office will be at. Wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then telephone, right? Because
telephone, right?
Is dropping in your conversation and knowing what you're saying and what you're not saying. That's you can always. I think that's one thing they did with MTN. There was a time. There was this issue that it was supposed to sort out. I can't mention it for technical reasons, for safety reasons. But because that thing had to do with South Africa, and they're in charge, they charged MTN, lied against MTN, and blackmailed against MTN to do certain things for them. So you see, they know how to put these things in place and pull the string when they want to pull it to do whatever they want to do. Yeah. That's why everybody is so handicapped. Go ahead, please.
Okay, and number 47 is very, very important. Powers of the National Assembly and the privileges and immunities of its members. You see, that is why the National Assembly or whatever, they get paid in millions and they can do whatever they want to do.
And come on with up to 20,000.
The other day I was watching a video by that moronic Dilo Malaye. I'm putting this up front. I hate that guy with a passion. God help me. Showing off the wristwatches he has. Meanwhile, his constituents may not even. I'm even talking about wristwatches, not even the cars. The constituent he was supposed to have head or man or whatever. Oh, I don't even know how to explain that.
One wristwatch is enough to feed the entire village. But
he was showing it off. That this one has diamond, that this one has, showing off his like this and where he got it from, nobody knows. Showing off what was supposed to be meant for his constituent as his own personal money.
Yes, that's what it's
and guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. He's immune.
He has immunity. The 1999 Constitution gives him immunity, so he can do whatever he likes.
Yeah, you can't do anything to him.
The other day, he was complaining about the money for his children's school fees in London, in Guinea, and I'm like, meanwhile, the community you're supposed to serve probably don't have good water.
Is it probably? They don't have good water.
Don't have good water.
Now, there's no probably inside.
There's not probably there.
They don't even have water.
Water. That is sad. Number 48, prisons. Of course, they regulate prisons. 49, professional occupations has been designated by the National Assembly. I don't even know what they're trying to do here. Number 50, public debt of the Federation. When it comes to public debt, they will handle it, but guess what? They'll get the resources from the South to pay the debt that they incurred from the North. How does that even make sense? Then number 51, public holidays. They are always having public holidays. Everything is public holiday in Nigeria.
And now they want to add Friday now to be part of it.
Wow.
So that they work from Monday through Thursday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be rest.
Yeah. Mother, what do you want them to do? When you have 50 wives, you have to start on time now. You have to start on Thursday, on Tuesday, so you can go down the lane. You want to give them 2 nights? That's not enough.
Okay. Then 52, public relations of the Federation. 53, public service of the Federation, including the settlement of disputes between the Federation and officers of such service. 54, quarantine. That one, I don't even know how that would work anyway. 55, railways. Yes, let's come to railways.
You know, we usually have railways, and they confiscated all, destroyed all. I remember growing up, we had railways. They've destroyed all. Even the one they're talking about, these are the ones that Goodluck built before he left. These people have not done anything, but what have they done? Rather than connect Lagos and Onitsha, or even Kano and Lagos, you know, they are connecting Niger to Daura, where they can move our stuff and bring in their people. That is what is more important to them, because they are foreigners in our space and they are only interested in stealing our stuff to give to their people outside Nigeria. The essence of railways should be to make connectivity easier. But people can goods and services and move back and forth. People can get jobs. People can move, it's a necessity. It's a necessity. The funds are sitting on it. Look at Rotimi. The money that he was supposed to use to build the so-called monorail for his village, that's what he used to finance Buhari in office. He did not build it. He used it and built and gave to Buhari to campaign. Now he has the effrontery to sell our people for more loans.
Unbelievable.
That's that. Number 56, regulations of political parties. I don't see what they're regulating here. One moment they are all APC, the next moment they are all PDP. The one in APC will move to PDP. The one in PDP, oh my God. They
want to do it like that because they will be useless forever. You know, if you give a useless person to moderate something that is important to you, because if you are moderating it yourself, you restructure it and make it functional. So you have to give to a moron to be in charge of it so that nothing comes out.
And that's why they are
political parties are as useless as the people that are producing, the politicians that are producing, they are all useless.
That's sad.
We have our women tie wrapper. All they do is get our women to tie wrapper and sleep with them in Abuja, like Sister Mona always says. These are facts.
But that's true. No, that's true. You know.
Sorry.
That's true. Number 57, service and execution in a state of the civil and criminal processes, judgments, decrees, orders, and other decisions of any court of law outside Nigeria or any court of law in Nigeria other than a court of law established by the House of Assembly of that state.
That's how Imo State number 4 will come and become the governor. Because they're in charge of the governors that the ones appointing judges. And you see, you don't have the balance, because in a proper government, you're going to have executive, legislative, and judiciary. So it will balance. Do you understand? But it's not possible, because that was appointing judges, that was saying so judges are now.
The judge that is carrying that bag, I don't know what that is. What bag? What?
DBA bag. Voodoo bag.
He's carrying juju bag to, oh my God.
He went to law school.
He went to law school.
Yes. The Sharia judge. So.
And where are the lawyers? Where are the supposed lawyers? They
have been bought over now, because what
you can't do anything. It's the
money.
1999 constitution that said they can appoint you, whether it's a dibia on the street, a madman on the corner, a prostitute in a hotel room. They can hire anybody they want. There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do.
That
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And the lawyers are busy scrambling over crumbs, whatever money they give them, they share it. It's still our traditional leaders sharing the money. So that's the same way the lawyers are sharing it. They're not intelligent, because I tell people, I say, you're a lawyer, you have this degree. Here, lawyers create work for themselves. You see them putting as adverts. Oh, have you been involved in any accident? Have you just call us? We will not charge you. When we win the case, we will charge you and share what comes out. This is how people create jobs and create money for themselves. But our own lawyers know they are busy sharing the money from Abuja, the crumbs that came. That's all they can do. From up to top. If not, are we the ones telling them about this constitution? Is it only Nadia alone that should be talking about the constitution?
I wonder.
Where are they?
Where are they?
The constitution.
You read the constitution?
The constitution makes the nation. Why should I be the one reading? I'm in medical profession. Why should I be the one reading constitution and tell you what is inside it and what you can do with it? And you call yourself a lawyer.
It's sickening, my dear. It's sickening.
Throw it out. You can't burn it in hellfire.
It's sickening.
Your degree is
useless. Maybe they all charge and pay. Who knows?
That's what they reduce themselves to. If they're not doing
their goal is to buy the wig, the dead man's wig, and put on their head.
Oh, that vulture's wig.
Okay.
Yeah, that's their goal. They are not there to do any lawyering.
Automapo might be in that wig. Maybe that's what is confusing their brain.
I believe so. Because you see, the colonial master is what giving you the wig you're wearing.
And you look dirty in it. You look disgusting in it. How in the world are they not putting one on their foot and you're putting somebody else's head on top? I mean, what is the science behind that?
I don't even know. They look like vultures, some of them.
The American lawyers here don't even dress like, they don't wear that smart.
Would you want a voodoo-looking lawyer to represent you? Don't you think your case will go south?
I know, right?
You have to look like a human being first. It's like going to a hairdresser to do your hair, and the hairdresser's hair is all over the place. I'm not going to let you touch my hair. If you can't fix your hair, how can you fix mine? Right?
Yeah, that's why we have to be the one telling them about constitution, that is what is holding us down. You should be the one doing this and telling us the way forward.
The way forward.
Not attacking Tony. Tony is saying something that makes sense. This is jurisprudence. You should be the one leading this fight. This legal war. You should be fighting it.
No, they're not leading it. Any gossip now, you see them in front. They would lead gossips rather. Anyway, number 58, stamp duties. Number 59, taxation of incomes, profits, and capital gains, except as otherwise prescribed by this constitution. Of course, they will tax you when you sell beer or what's not. The beer that they don't drink, when they tax you on that beer, they'll use it to go and repair.
Who said they don't drink it?
They put in that their kettle.
Yes.
They put in that their kettle and pretend that they don't drink.
They drink more than you that go to the store to buy it.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy of the highest order. Number 16. The establishment and regulation of authorities for the Federation or any part thereof. A. To promote and enforce the observance of the fundamental objectives and directive principles contained in this Constitution. B. To identify, collect, preserve, or generally look after ancient and historical monuments and records and archaeological sites and remains declared by the National Assembly to be of national significance or national importance. C. To administer museums and libraries other than museums and libraries established by the government of the state. D. To regulate tourist traffic. And E. To prescribe minimum standards of education at all levels. Whoa.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
They are prescribing a minimum standard of education at all levels. No wonder Buhari could bring his NEPA bill and become president.
Yes, no.
He doesn't even have a NEPA bill, my dear. Yeah.
Okay, doesn't have a NEPA bill.
You'll be asking for too much.
Too much. Yeah. Anyway, 61. The formation, annulment, and dissolution of marriages other than marriages under Islamic law and customary law, including matrimonial causes relating thereto. And number 62. Trade and commerce, and in particular, trade and commerce between Nigeria and other countries, including import of commodities into and export of commodities from Nigeria, and trade and commerce between the states. B, establishment of a purchasing authority with power to acquire for export or sale in world markets such agricultural produce as may be designated by the National Assembly. C, inspection of produce to be exported from Nigeria and the enforcement of grades and standards of quality in respect of produce so inspected. D, establishment of a body to prescribe and enforce standards of goods and commodities offered for sale. E, control of the prices of goods and commodities designated by the National Assembly as essential goods or commodities. And F, registration of trade names. Do you want to say anything about that?
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Okay. Number 63, traffic or federal truck roads. I think we already touched on that. Number 64, water from such sources may be declared by the National Assembly to be sources affecting more than one state. Number 65, weights and measurements. Number 66, wireless broadcasting and television other than broadcasting and television provided by the government of the state. Allocation of wavelengths for wireless broadcasting.
That's why they lie. They set up their own TV stations to lie to the people.
To lie to the people.
Some people learn from that they have their radio broadcast to lie to the people. So it's the same, they learn from each other. They
learn from, I know, right? 67. Any other matter with respect to which the National Assembly has power to make laws in accordance with the provisions of this Constitution. You see, there's something crazy about this 67. The National Assembly does not have power to make laws, do they? Or
No, they don't.
They don't.
Not laws, but to make Constitution.
To make Constitution, yes. Okay. Okay. All right.
So, and I don't know when you mentioned electricity, because that one is big.
Yeah, that one is big. That's what I'm trying to look for.
I don't know where you read it.
I escaped it somehow.
Yeah, states and regions cannot generate their own electricity.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sad. You see, they have the power. In those days, we had power plants.
Power plants, yes.
That generated electricity that powered the entire eastern region. We had it.
Mm-hmm.
They was closed down. They collapsed it. That is not working anymore. Why would you have high electricity tariff and bills? It's simple economics. Any scarce commodity will cost more. This is simple economics. If you do not generate electricity, you won't have anyone to distribute. So they made it impossible for states and regions to generate electricity. And as a result, people are kept in darkness. Now, if you do not generate electricity, how can people run business?
What is going on?
How do you run simple businesses? Industries. Yes. How can you build industries?
How can you run ice cream shop? How can you run pure water, cold drinks?
Exactly. How can you build industries? How can you employ the youths? What small scale businesses that the ones that run the economies of nations? How do you do it without electricity? How do you create wealth? Look at rice and cassava.
Are you forgetting there's electricity in the hotel room?
Oh.
No, it's generator. There's this.
They put electricity where it matters.
This engineer Bartolome Naji.
Yeah,
from Abia. I don't know where it's from. He was trying to generate electricity for the eastern region, and they scuttled it somehow.
Of course,
they always do that.
Somehow. If you want to individually own a solar panel for your own house, there are some countries or even some states. I mean, even here in the United States, if you own solar panel, and you generate more than you use, you can sell it back to the electric company, and they would pay you for what you did not use.
Not in a dead Nigeria.
No.
Nigeria is dead.
In a dead Nigeria.
So,
and guess what? Even in the northern region, or even anywhere at all, they could even do this wind pipe, this wind.
Yeah. Their options are limitless. So they know what to do. Again, the 1999 Constitution say you can know what to do and how to do it, and even invent it, but they will not allow you to go through with it. That's what we're trying to put into your heads today. No matter what you want to do, no matter what your gifts are, your acumen, your whatever is, you put out there, they will stop you from doing it. Until you bring down this 1999 Constitution, you can scream all you want, you can fast and pray all you want, you can do all you want. It will only favor the few. And they will be sitting there telling you to pray and fast. They will sit there waiting to give you rice and gari and olive oil on Christmas Day while you rot in hell. So now what is your option? We are saying that the only remediation to this is to stop this tap of 1999 Constitution from running. So, Sister August, I think that's the last one, right?
Yeah, I think that's the Go ahead, Sister.
We're talking about building industries. Imagine if we could have rice and cassava mills, but we needed electricity to do that. Palm oil producing, processing industries.
Yes,
you need electricity to do that. Textile industries, you need electricity to do
that.
So there's no food security. This is for the brainless people that are trying to bring war to our region. First step is food security. The people do not have food to eat. Do not bring war to that region. And how can you do that? By creating industries. And how do you have industries? You need to have electricity to run it. How do you get electricity to run it? You need to bring down 1999 Constitution so that you have to direct electricity. If not, all the efforts.
No brainer, my sister. No brainer.
Now we talk about the open grazing bill that people are saying we need to pass the bill. They will not allow you to pass the bill because the state and regional leaders are being bullied not to pass the anti-open grazing bills. It's common sense to pass that law. In our custom, if your cow, your goat cannot even eat your neighbor's cassava. It's customary law. But there's a bigger law that is superseding the customary law, which is the Constitution in Nigeria. That is why you cannot pass the bill. Do you understand that? We used to have Obudu Cattle Ranch where we
Obudu Cattle Ranch, yeah.
But somebody brought that down. People can build ranches, but who is making it possible for people not to build it? They will rather have cattle everywhere, so they will use it to penetrate your space. It's a strategy. You will not build well-managed ranches. Rather, in 2020, we are still talking about open grazing. Common sense. But somebody is stopping it. Our people are being blackmailed. Our leaders are being blackmailed. By what? 1999 Constitution is making it possible. The first step.
And those benefiting from the system are the one giving you false hope of things. So when you don't hear them speaking about getting this thing right, they are benefiting from it. Whether they are your senators coming to your funeral, while their homeland look like trash, look like pits. Is it latrine? The one that you get, why their hometown look like latrine, and they are parading going to wake keepings and funerals. These are the people that will continue to hold you down and hold your hopes up. You go and greet them and sing for them. If you're lucky, you get olive oil for Christmas. Goodness, olive oil, granite oil for Christmas. This is all you'll be getting. It will become a vicious cycle until you hit 30 or 40 or 50 and you will pass on. And your children will pick up. Will continue that cycle. And we're telling you guys, if we bring this thing down, the party is over for these people and the power will come back to you.
Yes.
And for the governor of Anambra State to go buy cars for his A's when he hasn't paid the minimum wage, when he hasn't paid the pensioners of his state, it's so ridiculous. Is that constitution giving power to the priority that would have been to save his people first? is to go and show off and buy cars for AZ that are not doing anything for your environment.
It's the AZ that will support him now. It's the AZ that will make sure he remains in the office. So he has to buy for them. They are feeding on the misery of our people. They are running franchise. Both the freedom fighters, because some of these freedom fighters, they know the truth, but they'll be lying to our people because they want to make money from them. What is the difference between Nigeria and some of these freedom fighting private companies?
Same thing.
They are working with the politicians to make sure our people
remain subjugated.
Exactly.
So let me read the last part of that is the number 68 of that 68 whatever. Any matter incidental or supplementary to any matter mentioned elsewhere in this list is also part of the Constitution. And that ends the dubious, fraudulent, frivolous, kind of Constitution.
Nebulously written,
fraudulently written, wickedly written. This is wickedly written Constitution.
So our people, we have this thing posted on our platform. If you really want to take a detailed look on this 68 items, so you can see what's holding you down. Like my sister mentioned, the root cause analysis. Once we start realizing where our foundation is faulty, then we'll know how to break it down and continue. So we have our caller or our viewer, Michael. Michael, I'm not going to say your last name because it will not sound like your last name. So Michael, if you want to turn on your video and come up with your contribution. So we are taking contributions now. So our meeting ID remains the same as well as the password. So this is a good time to log in and contribute to today's program. And please, let's tell us today's contribution just to what we did today.